Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoin Yala. My name is Scott, and in this episode, we're going to talk about Bitcoin scarcity. Are you in? We're going to show you how Bitcoin is going to get to $250,000 this year, 2025. Okay. All right. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. The current price of Bitcoin is $102,019. The thing about this I wanted to point out is the fact that NVIDIA basically crashed in the past couple of days, as well as the stock market went down by about 3% due to a company called DeepSeek. DeepSeek is in the AI space, and they are producing AI at a lower cost than NVIDIA for the chips, and so the market crashed. Bitcoin also went down. You can see here it went down to about 98,000, but it came right back up. This is the point I'm trying to make here, is that it just rebounded. We're no longer on the same cycles as we used to be because we have institutional investors now, and that is helping to smooth it out. My guess is a lot of the institutional investors have been told to buy when it dips because the big whales keep coming in buying Bitcoin up as soon as it dips. So that's encouraging to see. But let's continue with the scarcity. So what I wanted to show you first is this scarcity principle. It's a psychological impact, and scarcity is really profound. So what that means basically is that consumers place a higher value on goods that are perceived as rare or in short supply. Marketers often leverage this by saying a limited time offer or while supplies last. You may have heard this a bunch of times. And that fits right into what we're talking about with Bitcoin. Because with Bitcoin, for those of you who are new, there's 21 million total that can ever be made or mined. Of that 21 million, there's about 19.5 million that are available today. Of that, 4 to 6 million are lost, meaning people lost their passcodes, or if someone died and didn't supply the passcode information to their family. So there's really about 1 million Bitcoin that are available to be purchased on the exchanges right now. Okay, lowest amount ever. So it's scarce. Bitcoin is the most scarce resource on the planet. Okay, even more than gold and diamonds, because you can always dig those up. Okay, all right. So let's jump right in and show you these stats here. Right now, there's about 60. These are the ones that we know of. 60 billionaires that are buying Bitcoin. Okay, 60 billionaires. You can see they're all in different countries. And they're not just buying one Bitcoin, they're buying many. And keep in mind, there's only about 1 million Bitcoin left. So they're buying it up. Okay, just last year they announced that there was 84,000 new crypto millionaires. What if all of them want to buy a few Bitcoin, right? All taken away from the 1 million. But the kicker, watch this. This is the kicker that really drives the point home. And that is that in 2024, there were approximately 22 million millionaires in the United States, right? So what if every millionaire wanted to buy a Bitcoin? They can't do it. They can't buy it. There's not enough Bitcoin to go around. Okay, there's not enough. Okay, so now that the word of Bitcoin is getting out, and now that we have El Salvador, the country of Bhutan, those two countries it's been documented, they're buying Bitcoin in large amounts. Then you have the BRICS nations, China, India, Russia, right? The Philippines, you got other countries too in there. They now are trying to get away from using the US dollar, so they're mining Bitcoin right now. So again, are you in? You know all these things are going on. All these countries are buying Bitcoin, right? The UAE, Saudi Arabia. Now, there's are rumors that they're buying Bitcoin and that they'll disclose it soon. Okay. You have the states here in the United States. There's already 10 that have filed it for their strategic Bitcoin reserves at a state level. And there's another 10 that will be coming forth in the next couple of months, of which Kentucky, it was just found out that Kentucky has submitted their paperwork for their strategic Bitcoin reserve. Okay. So a lot of different groups are all jockeying for position in terms of Bitcoin. Okay. All right, moving on. Let's see. This graph here is showing publicly traded companies with 12 largest Bitcoin holdings. MicroStrategy is leading that list at 402,000 Bitcoin. But wait, they've actually purchased more than that. Let's take a look. Okay. So remember, that old chart said 402,000. But if you look here, this is just January 21st, last week. MicroStrategy buys 11,000 Bitcoin for $1.1 billion, boosting holdings to 461,000 Bitcoin. Okay. And then a week later, they bought even more. Okay. Look at this date, January 27th. The old article was what? January 21st. Yep. So January 27th, they bought another 10,107 Bitcoin. They now hold 471,107 Bitcoin. That's almost 500,000 Bitcoin from one company. This is what I'm trying to show all of you. Almost 500,000 Bitcoin from one company. There's only 1 million Bitcoin left. So if MicroStrategies keeps up this pace up until next year, which they plan on doing, that Bitcoin's going to go like that. Okay? Which means this is how you get to that 250,000 Bitcoin to 500,000 Bitcoin, depending on, it's, in my opinion, it's going to depend on which countries come forward and say, yes, we're buying Bitcoin, or if we have a lot more U.S. states saying, yes, we're buying Bitcoin, or if Cynthia Lummis and Trump get that strategic Bitcoin reserve signed, then it's really going to go. So this is how Bitcoin gets to the lofty amounts of 250, 500, $1 million. It's scarcity, and countries, public traded companies, people, individuals, billionaires, all of us, everyone's buying Bitcoin. So that's how it gets there. So get in Bitcoin while you still can. Okay. While the door is small like this and everyone's peaceful about it, that's when you want to buy it, which is now. You don't want to wait until it looks like this. Whoops, it looks like, wait till you see this. You don't want to wait until, whoops, I'm on the wrong, give me just a second. This is hilarious. This here. You don't want it looking like that, because it will. As soon as Bitcoin hits $1 million, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. People are going to be going crazy for Bitcoin, complaining, why couldn't I get it when it was at 100,000? I don't understand. You guys are lucky. You girls are lucky. So all of you can get it now while it's peaceful. Yeah, it's still difficult to buy it at 100,000, but you can get a piece of it, and that piece is going to grow. So, well, thank all of you for watching, liking, subscribing. Hopefully you got some value out of this and some reinforcement to understanding why Bitcoin is going to do what it's going to do and go to 250 to 500,000 in 1 year. And yeah, let's all watch it happen. It's going to be fun. So I'll see you all next time. Thanks, like and subscribe, and have a good night.